Subscribe to both of my YouTube channels, Sharon Winbush and Goddess Sharon. Turn on notifications and share videos globally. Thank you.
Press my name below this video and that will take you to my channel where you will find more videos on this subject and many others. This November it will be the 15th anniversary of the death of DONDA West. It is no accident that the anniversary of her death triggers Kanye. And every episode that we've seen from him, it's always been around this time of year. I lived the death of his mother with him. And it has been easier for the rest of us to adjust and move on with our lives, even though we still miss her, even though we still care, and even though we still have the pain of that. We've all adjusted, but Kanye has not. I know how close they were. Kanye and his mom were together almost every single day of his life since his birth. When his mom moved to Chicago, she was separated from his father. So it was just DONDA and her son Kanye. That's all he knew. His mother was his world. His mother was his everything. When he lost her, I didn't know how he would be able to go on because I knew how close they were. He didn't have brothers and sisters. And his father was not in his life because his father lived on his father was in his life, but not to the degree that his mother was. His father lived on the East Coast. DONDA was there with her son, raising him, educating him, nurturing him, and giving him everything that he needed. And even when he became a musical artist, a producer, she became his manager. There were no two closer human beings on the planet. So he is grieving. He is never going to get over the death of his mother. And this time of year, he has episodes where he does something very outlandish, that's very shocking. And all we can do is love him through his pain. I don't see any harm in him having a t-shirt. His audience is not inner city black kids. That's not his demographic. When you look at who buys his music and who goes to his concerts, it's a predominantly white audience. So I don't think him having that t-shirt on was influencing anybody. I think people making a big deal out of it is what brought attention, unnecessary attention in my opinion, to it, because it's just a t-shirt. It's just a fashion statement that he was making. And it didn't impact me one way or the other, simply because a t-shirt is not going to move me. A phrase on a t-shirt is not going to move me. And if we're all honest, it's not going to move anyone. So people are doing what they do on social media, taking something and making it into something more than it even needed to be. That t-shirt was at his fashion show, and had nobody talked about it, it would have gone away. But the fact that everybody put the spotlight on it is what made it bigger than it needed to be. And I don't even think it was necessary. He has a First Amendment right to say what he wants, and he has a human right to believe whatever he wants. I don't have to agree with it. I don't even have to comment on it. He's free to think whatever he wants to think. He's a free thinker, and I love him unconditionally. He's free to have an opinion that is different from mine, and I will still love him unconditionally. He's free to go through his grief in a very public way, and I try to love him through the process rather than judging and condemning him. Everyone is carrying hurt and pain that you may not understand and that you may not agree with. But I would hope all of us have some compassion and empathy for what people have gone through and what they carry with them on a daily basis. Don't think for a minute this man is not in pain. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how famous you are. It doesn't matter. The material stuff does not matter. The most important person in the world to him left 15 years ago, abruptly, tragically. And that's a pain he's going to carry the rest of his life. And my job, my responsibility as a friend of his mother's and as someone who loves him is to soften whatever he's going through and help him through it the best way I can. So try to understand the pain that this man carries. He has ego, he has bravado, but all of that is masking a deep, soulful pain that nothing can soothe. There's not enough money in the world to take that pain away. There's not enough alcohol that you can drink. There aren't enough drugs that you can take, because nothing is going to bring his mother back. So let's all try to show a little more love and compassion and empathy for Kanye West. You don't have to agree with the t-shirt. You don't have to buy it. But stand in less judgment and know that people are hurting and they're carrying pain, often a pain that is indescribable. So that's my take on it.